My feet are stinky.
Your feet are stinky?
Yeah.
I can't smell it from here.
Thank you.
Why are they stinky? Do you not wash them?
100 degrees. I walked here.
What?
I did.
Why did you walk here?
Because I wanted to.
I'm driving you home.
No, I can walk home.
At 11 o'clock tonight?
Will it be 11 o'clock when we're done?
It'll be 10.
I'll be okay. Nothing bad happens at 11. It happens at like after midnight.
No, I'm driving you.
Okay. Well, you don't have to.
Why did you walk though, really?
I wanted to. Kyle parked behind me. We never clapped.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're sisters.
In law.
We're watching Suits one episode at a time.
It's a show so nice, I've watched it twice.
And a show so great, I'm watching it late.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
Maggie's never seen it and Amanda's obsessed. They don't wear fancy suits, they are casually dressed. They are sisters-in-law and they got a show about a law firm drama that aired a few years ago. Only Suits fans, 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 only Suits fans.
This is season 3, episode 12. Yesterday's Gone.
Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow.
An exciting day today in Only Suits fans world.
Today is a very exciting day.
We launched a new digital product, and it's free.
And it's the best product money could not buy because it's free.
Because it's free. But even if money could buy it, it'd be great.
It would be great.
It'd
be
great.
worth every penny
of great.
That zero money.
We launched the Harvey Specter monthly newsletter.
And you know who's subscribed? Travis Tanner.
Of course he was.
Yeah, Travis Tanner is subscribed because that's where we got the entire inspiration when Harvey Specter's like, of course you know what I'm doing. You subscribe to the Harvey Specter monthly. And then we're like, we want to. So we made it so you can subscribe. You can find the link on our Instagram at Only Suits Fans and enjoy this content. It only comes out once a month.
Here's the thing. I'm freaking out that we have Travis Tanner's email.
It's crazy that a fictional character, your boyfriend.
Well, my side piece, really.
Yeah, really, your side piece, Travis Tanner, that he gave us his email. And it's a real email for a fictional character.
Yeah. Speaking of emails, we did receive an email that you have been waiting for. And
we did.
I was super worried. It's like, what if this person just like left a review and then they've ghosted us or they're not listening to the podcast anymore? And my worries have been set free because Maggie has been wanting to hear from the username BigFan69.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point, because she loves the name and she wanted to hear the origin story. So do you want to read the email, Maggie?
I don't know if I should read the whole email.
I think you should.
It feels really personal.
Just know that if you're hearing this email in its entirety, it's because we have reached out to this person and they have given us permission to share it.
Yes. Speaking of share it, this is from Sharon.
Oh, her name's Sharon.
Sharon is Big Fan 69 exclamation point.
Okay.
She says, hey, Maggie and Amanda, I can't believe I was a week behind on the episode and just heard the call out about my review. I was wondering when you were going to read it because I wrote it so long ago and I thought maybe they're offended or something. LOL. But really glad you got to read it out loud and loved it. I meant every word of it. You two are so freaking funny. I play the pod out loud at work sometimes. I get in trouble because my boss walks in when you say stuff like curse words, but then he laughs and ends up comping my meal for the day. So thanks for the dinner. I know you said you wanted to know the origin story. I think that's what you called it. I guess you mean why that's my username. You should guess on the podcast. It would be fun. Otherwise, I will tell you. Please let me know if you're ever doing a show in Ohio. I will drive anywhere in the state to see you. Sharon, a.k.a. Big Fan 69.
That's really sweet.
That is sweet. It made me laugh because when we first started, we were like, okay, we're going to have a clean podcast. And
we did say we were going to have a clean podcast.
Every episode we have to mark as explicit because we cuss a lot.
Yeah, we do. Mm-hmm. I think also part of the singing helps with the explicit. Because it's so bad.
It's like, this is explicit. You will not want to listen. I'm a little embarrassed that Sharon's boss has heard us singing. But I'm glad that
she didn't say that her boss has heard us singing. She said her boss has walked in when we've said curse words.
That's true. That's true.
Which it's funny because every time I'm editing it, we will do things like they're naked and then like the fuck like back to back. You're like, look at that cute little booty, and then or say something like go potty, and then we're like Harvey Specter gets your Specter wet.
You know, Sharon, you could wear headphones, and I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life.
That's fair. She could,
but then you wouldn't get a free dinner. So
that's cool. I guess is she like a cook, or she's somewhere where she gets her meal comped?
Yeah, I don't know. But you know what I will say? I do want to know the origin story of the name. You've left it hanging, so please email again.
She did say that we should guess it.
Yeah, I think that she loves doing 69. I mean, that's the only...
She's a big fan of it?
Yeah, big fan of 69.
Okay.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, I love this name.
Okay.
What did you think?
I hadn't thought about it that much, but that's the logical guess.
That's the most logical guess.
It's kind of sending out a vibe. Good for you, Sharon.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
And good for naming it and owning it.
Because being like, this is something I'm into.
Some people can be like, please, I mean, assuming you let us read this on the podcast, some people might be like, I don't really want people to know that it's my name. You know?
But also we don't know her last name, and there's probably more than one Sharon in Ohio.
Who listen to this podcast and are fans of 69.
Based on the tracking.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, thank you, Sharon. I look forward to the true origin story. Anyone email us, onlysuitsfans@gmail.com, because we love getting emails and chatting with y'all. And you don't even have to be a big fan 69. You can just be a big fan
of us.
Of missionary.
You can just be a big fan of missionary.
In case Sharon doesn't want us to read, I will say she did ask us to guess what her name was about. Mm-hmm. So, just in case she doesn't.
Sure. All right, I'm going to do my brief.
Oh, yeah, you have the brief this week.
Yeah, I'm so excited in the middle of
this remember what this episode was about.
We are one episode closer to someone cracking the case about Mike's big lie, and Lewis Litt just might take the cake, but not a recycled one. Lewis calls in the infamous Henry Gerard for an in-person sick burn, but Mike isn't worried because he knows Harvey will take care of it because they may be friends, even though Harvey kind of treats him like a son. But will the real father-son duo see eye to eye on what it's like to walk the walk and talk the talk down ethics lane? And when Jessica has to serve as executor to her deceased ex-husband's will, she has to learn how to keep this strictly business even though things are very personal with her and Lisa. And the real question left unanswered, will those custom Scotch glasses be enough to keep Scotty around Pearson Specter and the Pearson penthouse?
That was great.
Your eyes got big.
That was great. I forgot what had happened in this epised.
But your eyes got big in the middle of it.
That was me trying to stay awake and not make too much noise with my kombucha.
You want to take a quick sip?
Yeah, sip. That was a great brief, Amanda. Thank you for reminding me all the things that happened in this episode.
Okay.
It was a goodie.
Left you an Easter egg in there.
Which one?
It's too late. Got to keep going.
The real father-son?
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't see the real father-son.
We didn't?
Who's the real father and son? That was the one that was confusing for me.
Oh, that's when your eyes got big.
Yeah, wait, who's the real father and son?
Let's go to storyline.
Wait. I know what this is.
What?
Is Gerard Harvey's dad? Is he Gabriel Mock's dad?
Yes. That is Stephen Mock, and he is Gabriel Mock's dad.
Is he an actor?
Yeah, he's an actor.
He did a great job.
Right?
I love it.
They fucking hated each other.
They hated each other, but you know they love each other.
Yeah, and there's some interviews about it. Like, he really liked getting to work with his dad. So,
oh,
yeah,
Gabriel Mock is bringing everyone into the show.
You know what he does?
He's a producer.
Yeah, he is a producer. He's like, I'm going to get you and I'm going to do this. Like, let's make it happen.
Mm-hmm. You know how they say, like, you want people who are your friends who speak your name in rooms of opportunity.
Yeah,
that's Gabriel Mock.
He is. Mm-hmm. He said, I need my daddy.
I would like my daddy.
No, Stephen Mock has done a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
He seemed very ethical.
I was going to say it when it came up in the storyline, but then I threw it into the brief, and then you put your eyes up, but then I was like, she may not be getting what I'm saying. She may not be picking up what I'm throwing down.
No, I wasn't. And then I was genuinely, I think my eyes did open just like as a natural thing. Like, you don't know what she's talking about. You missed something. But then I was like, I gotta drink my kombucha.
Okay. Do you want to start with the smaller one, Quentin's will, or do you want to start with Lewis versus Mike's lie?
I think we start with Lewis versus Michael's lie. So we open this whole episode with Mike feeling confident. He's got new beginnings, new bed. Everything is roses for Mike Ross.
Yeah, and we've opened up on Mike Ross and Rachel like a lot. Mm-hmm. We open up on them. Naked, yeah.
Pretty much every episode since they've gotten together has been them.
Don't remind us.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we get it. You love each other. You can't keep your hands off each other.
And they're entering the office and they're, being all cutesy. And then Lewis sees them right before they're going to smooch.
I don't know if Lewis sees them, but he's walking in.
He's walking in. She's like, I think Lewis Litt just saw us.
And she's like, he can't know that we're in a relationship. Rachel's saying this. She's like, he can't possibly know.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, y'all don't even know. Lewis knows way more than you think.
Absolutely.
Then we cut to inside. Harvey is giving Scotty a gift, leaving her something in her office as a congratulations. It's a very expensive bottle of scotch.
$12,000 to be exact.
Only one of 3 in the world, which is wild.
That is wild.
That's a crazy gift.
It is a crazy gift.
A gift that Harvey would love.
My first depo to you is if somebody gave you a $12,000 bottle of like a liquor that you really, really loved, would you keep it or would you drink it?
Oh, I would drink it.
Like that day on a Tuesday?
I think I for sure.
Just pop it open.
Pop it open.
In your sweats.
Celebrate every day.
Celebrate
every day.
Love it.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Ross's dad.
Yes. Just, I'm Mike Ross's daddy. I'm his daddy. Yeah, and I think I would for sure. Would you?
I have a bottle of Dom that is from 2009. And I had 2 bottles, and I drank one in 2019, and I'll drink the other in 2029.
Yeah.
The rest of it, I just drank a Miller Lite, so I didn't hold on to that.
Yeah, no, I think I would for sure drink it, because it's like first of all, if I bought it, I probably would never drink it. If someone bought it for me, I'd be like, pop it open, let's have some.
Yeah, want to take a sip with me right now?
Cheers.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'd save the bottle so people knew I had a really expensive bottle of scotch. I'd fill it with like applesauce or like apple juice,
Yeah, applesauce.
Not applesauce, apple juice. I'd be like, wow, it really ferments. Okay, and Donna sees this gift and she's like, this is no good. This is not personal at all. Do you not know Scotty?
Right.
At all.
No.
And he's like, what? That's a really expensive bottle. Donna has to tell him how to boyfriend.
Lewis and Mike are in the bathroom. They're peeing next to each other. And guy code, so I've heard, is like you don't talk to the person when you're peeing next to him. And like I've been with guys who have like walked out of the restroom and been like, the dude next to me would not stop talking. Like it's so against guy code. And
also, you don't go to the stall right next to someone.
Only if that's the only one.
But there
sometimes
were like
you wait. Yeah,
3 stalls.
Ponies on up right next to that pony wall and just like gabby gab gab.
Yeah, and he is like, oh, guess what? I invited Henry Gerard to give a lecture. Do you remember him? And Mike's like, yeah, I got an A+ in his class. Pretty hard to forget an A+. And then Lewis is like...
He doesn't give an A+.
And everything slows down and it's all like... The camera's moving as if you're in Mike's head and everything's twisted. He's getting sick knowing that Lewis does not believe him at all.
He says if Gerard doesn't walk up to Mike, then he's going to launch a formal investigation. He says, it's over, Mike. I'm on to you. And I'm going to expose you for the lying piece of filth that you are.
Yeah.
Ooh, Mike's about to get lit up.
He's about to get lit up. Because there's one thing that Lewis values over Pearson Hardman, possibly, and it's that everyone is from Harvard and Pearson Hardman. His love of Harvard and Pearson Hardman, well, I guess Pearson Spector now, are the 2 things that he cares the most about. And Mike has just thrown that in his face like he doesn't have any idea.
I know.
Also, that it's legal ethics is hilarious.
Yeah.
This whole episode is just one legal ethics question.
Yeah, right? It is.
So then Mike goes into Harvey's office and he's like, hey, remember when you said if Lewis knew, we'd know? Well, he knows.
Yeah.
And Harvey's like, God damn it, Donna, get in here. And then they're talking about how what's going to happen. Gerard's going to come. They thought they had handled it. They didn't loop Mike in because it seemed like it was all going to be okay. And as they're talking about it, Harvey says he's going to tell Jessica about what happened, but then Jessica walks in and says Quentin died. So he's not going to tell Jessica about this.
And Quentin is Jessica's former ex-husband.
Right.
Or just ex-husband.
Ex-husband, now
Not
deceased ex-husband. But she's devastated because they were close, and obviously you would be heartbroken if someone that you would love died. So turns out Jessica and Harvey are co-executors of Quentin's estate. Jessica is not going to let Quentin down. We will talk about this in the other storyline.
Yes.
Rachel's like, you need to do something. Mike's like, Harvey said don't do anything. And Rachel's like, actually our life is on the line, so we do need to do something. We can't just sit by idly. Rachel says he is not going to be happy until he has a signed full confession saying he was right, which gives Mike this idea.
Yeah, he goes to Lewis's townhome, and Mike tells him that he lied, but he just tells another lie.
He tells another lie to cover up his first lie, but this is to tell Lewis that he was right, that Lewis did in fact sniff something out about Mike.
Because he needs to get Lewis off the case.
Yeah, he's got to distract him. Which, did you know foxes do that?
Really?
They like walk in circles and things to confuse hound dogs to get them off the scent.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I learned that in a Wild Krat episode.
Lewis doesn't believe Mike. He's like, I don't bite it. I don't believe you. Get out. Get out of my sight. So, which is not good for Mike because now he's told another lie.
Yeah.
And Lewis doesn't believe it. And he was just trying to get him off his back, and now he's like really made him get on his front.
Right.
You know?
I do feel like Mike did a good job of selling this though, because he was like,
yeah.
believe me, if I could go back, I would change it.
I would soak in all those classes. I would really,
But I never went to the class because I can memorize textbooks, and that's why. Then we see Lewis and Rachel. Lewis is still, festering over this. And she's like, hey, I love Mike Ross, and we're moving in together, and I know what he did. I know he fudged his grade, but I still love him because he loves the law. You love the law. I love the law. Mike Ross loves the law. And that's why you guys get it.
Yeah.
And that's why you guys get along. And if you take this away from Mike, he will not be able to do the thing that we all love.
Yep.
You need to let it go.
And then we see Mike in the pit, and Lewis saunters over. All right. And he's kind of like reminiscing and everything. And he lets him know that he knows about Mike and Rachel. And Lewis says that Mike needs to come clean to Gerard. And he's going to give Mike a chance to do it over and do it right. As you wrote, this is like a Mike Ross ultimatum. So Lewis thinks he's like giving Mike this chance. He's like, okay, I'm going to let you do this. And this actually fucks Mike because Mike did not take the course because he didn't go to school there.
Right. And this is like the ethical thing to do. Lewis is like, I can forgive you, but I'm not actually the one who was wronged.
Right.
You cheated from Gerard.
Right.
So you need to confess to him.
Yep.
Tell him what you told me. Do this or else I will destroy you.
Yeah. Mike apologizes to Harvey. This great plan has backfired. Now Harvey's going to have to go to Boston to see quote unquote Marcus.
Which is his brother.
Who
That's
what he
says
said.
is in trouble.
Yeah, he says he's in trouble because Jessica's in there. And Jessica's like, is there anything I can do to help? He was like, no. He's actually going to see Stephen Gerard. We will find out. And then Jessica says, Mike, I need you to draft the language for the settlement for the Quentin case. Then she just says, he's not going to Boston, is he? And Mike says, nope.
Not going to see his brother.
Not going to see his brother.
I think he's technically flying into Boston.
Not going to see his brother, is he?
Yeah. Ugh. So Donna and Rachel are in the bathroom, and Donna's like, you know what? It's going to be okay. Rachel says, what if Lewis finds out everything? Donna's like, Harvey knows everyone has done something wrong, and Harvey knows how to use that against people. Harvey never can't manipulate a situation to win. So she's like, we've put all our eggs in Harvey's basket, and he's off to Boston, and it's going to be great. But it's not.
It's not. Spectre and Gerard.
Which is actually mock and mock.
It's mock and mock. Mock versus mock.
Mock.
You did ask the question, does Gerard have a toupee? No, I think he's just got a thick head of hair, which makes sense because you've seen Harvey.
Yeah, they both have thick.
They have a real hefty mop up there.
Hefty mop.
A thick mop. They've been using some mane and tail shampoo. Horse shampoo.
Ooh, I need to get some of that.
That's what I use.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it helps your hair?
I mean, people confuse me for a horse all the time. That's like lamb. Or sheep.
Not sponsored. Something that we learned about Gerard that Harvey said is that Gerard has never actually practiced law. He's full theory.
Those who can't do teach.
And he brings this up because Harvey's trying to compromise, and Gerard says compromising is no way to go about the law. which I thought was really interesting.
It is interesting, but also, like, how would he know? He's never practiced.
Right.
I mean, you can learn all day long, and until you're out there in the real world, you have no idea what you're going to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so they clearly do not like each other, despite, I'm sure, in real life, they do like each other.
Right.
Harvey tosses some blackmail on Gerard's desk, and he's like, what's in this? And he says, you know, you're just as human as everyone else. The one thing, Harvey says, I'm going to send this to the board, but I won't if you agree to this. You can't take any of Lewis's calls about coming. And pretty much that's it.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't come to Pearson Spector.
Right.
And Gerard's like, huh, that seems easy enough.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Because I teach legal ethics, and I will defend whatever is in this. I'm not going to let you make that choice for me. I will make the choice. And then he rips it up. He doesn't even look in it.
Which is like such a scholarly, academic, ethical play against
Such an
Harvey,
ethical
because
play.
he knows how Harvey is thinking, and that Harvey thinks he's got this. Man, Harvey's screwed.
Yeah.
Harvey's back in New York. He did not get the job done, and Mike knows it because Harvey did not call him. Mike is trying to be calm, but he's like, hey, I'm not Superman. I failed, and I actually don't know what to do. And he's spinning in his chair, and you noted that there is intense alien music playing, which is like the second time we've had this like alien music playing.
Yeah, some real, like, this is a different world. Harvey is out of his element, which never happens.
Yeah.
I feel like when Jessica's overwhelmed, she just picks up folders and puts them down, and Harvey looks out the window
a lot, and rests his hand up, his fingers up on his chin.
Fingers on his chin.
Yeah.
Depressed Harvey's then walking around the office, and he sees Lewis setting up for the Gerard lecture. And then there's some heavy acoustic guitar music playing.
Yep.
Lewis brings up history and like the history of all of this.
Right.
And Harvey's basically like, don't do this. If you do this, I'll still be your friend.
Right.
I just am asking you not to do this as a friend.
Yeah.
But I'll be your friend if you do it or not.
Okay.
Which I think is a good way to go about friendship. And then they get into this ethical debate. Is it the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law? Blah, 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 blah. I feel like we've heard this before on Suits.
Yep. Lewis says, a friend would not ask me to do this. And then Harvey says, no, Lewis, a friend just won't hold it against you if you don't.
Because Harvey understands friendship. Lewis does not.
And that really puts it back on Lewis.
Exactly. Then it's Mike at night with Harvey, and he's like, hey, you didn't fail because we were always playing on borrowed time. So you are still Superman. This isn't, this is just what it is. And Mike says he's going to resign. Harvey says he will go with him. He will leave the firm, or he will just go with him for Mike to resign.
I don't know.
But Mike is not going to betray Harvey. He's like, no, you cannot go. You cannot resign. You can't say you knew anything about this. Like, I'm not going to do that. I know what it feels like to have a friend throw you under the bus. And I'm not going to do that to you, Harvey.
Right. Lewis is looking at his degree on the wall, and Harvey is slow-mo walking in and telling Mike, I don't know, in a silent kind of slow-mo thing. It's very slow-mo dramatic there.
It's all the music is crescendoing in this last scene, which ties all the storylines together.
Right.
But it's you don't hear him say it, you just see his mouths go, I don't know what's going to happen.
And Rachel's crying in the bathroom with Donna, right?
And Gerard's walking in and shaking Lewis's hand while Mike and Harvey watch from behind some glass.
Mike is walking up to go and confront Lewis and Gerard. And then he goes, what are you doing here? I told you I needed the blah, blah, blah files. You're not allowed to see this lecture. You need to apologize to him. He apologizes to Gerard, and Gerard says, it's actually him Lewis, you need to apologize to.
So Mike apologizes to both Gerard and to Lewis. Harvey smiles. Friendship wins.
Yeah, Mike wins.
Mike wins. Rachel's a nervous wreck in her office. Then Mike walks in, and they realize Lewis let it go.
Yeah, he did not lit him up.
He lit it out.
He lit it out.
He blew it out. And so there's hugs, there's kisses, there's so many emotions.
And Mike and Rachel, they decide just to leave. And so they're leaving the firm. They're running out. It's so cute. She hasn't left the firm before 5 p.m. in over 6 years. And like, what are we going to do? And she's like, I just want to go home.
Because they live together.
I know.
Home is where their heart is. Donna is in Harvey's office, and it's like, it all worked out, never a doubt. Donna also got Scotty's and Tiffany's scotch glasses to go with the overpriced bottle of scotch, so she has also saved the day in her realm.
Of course.
Harvey doesn't know Scotty's middle name, but Donna does.
Of course she does.
Of course she does. She's Donna.
Our next storyline is about Quentin's will to live, except he didn't.
He wished he could.
Yeah.
But he did have ALS, and it did eventually take his life despite the miracle drug that prolonged his life that he helped develop.
Yeah.
Jessica and Harvey are in the conference room doing the will execution, meeting with Lisa and Quentin's personal attorney. Lisa's like, hey, I'm going to accept an offer on the company. And Jessica's like, whoa, that's fast. You
Super
little
fast.
money-grabbing whore.
Yeah.
Is essentially what she's saying.
Yeah.
She doesn't say that, though.
Of course not. She's a consummate professional.
Except for she is very emotionally hijacked here. And she's like, it's my job to see that Quentin's wishes are fulfilled. And now it's ex-wife versus widow wife. And she cannot keep the personal out of it. Which is Harvey then meets with Lisa to try and take the personal out of it. Yeah. He's not going to cut Jessica out of the process. He has her back.
Out.
He has her back fully and publicly. But then he does confront Jessica, because what Jessica does in between this meeting and Harvey's meeting with Lisa and Jessica's meeting with the will execution is she signs a document as if she is the sole executor of the will and not the co-executor of the will. Harvey is there for a reason, and it's to keep the peace. And Jessica is so emotional about this. It's so devastating. She's grieving. So she is making moves that Harvey's like, you gotta stop, girl.
Which brings me to my next deposition. Did you ever forge your parents' signature or write a note or anything like that growing up?
Maybe on band practice forms. Like, oh, I practiced my trumpet for however long. But not without permission.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have done that. Someone did do that in middle school. And then we were all in class. And his mom came in, looked at the sheet Mrs. Pauley was holding. She goes, that's not my signature.
Woo!
And the whole class went, oh! Everyone heard it.
Sick burn.
It was so bad.
Dang.
How about you?
Yeah, I wrote a couple of notes to get me out of class. And tried to sign my mom's name, but I never used them. I just had them as a backup.
What were you trying to
some
get out
people
of
just
class?
keep crackers in their purse in case they're hungry. I just had sick notes.
Wait, my friend Ravi in middle school, in 7th grade, same math class, Mrs. Pauley's math class. She would make you write 100 times, I will not be late to class, if you were going to be late to class. One time, he could have been on time to class, but he was just loitering in the hallway, wanted to be late. Class starts, he walks in, she goes, you know what it is? And he goes, I do. And he pulls out, he had already written, I will not be late to class 100 times on a piece of paper.
And hands it over.
And she goes, 200 times. And everyone went, oh!
Sick burn!
But I was like, the commitment to the bit was so good.
I love that.
So good.
I hope he made it big. In comedy.
He's a writer. He's an author.
Is he really?
And in charge of the Working People's Party for the state of New York.
Oh, wow. Okay, good for him.
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
He didn't need 7th grade math.
None of us did.
Okay.
She goes to see Lisa. Jessica goes to see Lisa.
At Lisa's office.
Yeah.
I will note she's in the same outfit as in what I thought was the previous day's scene.
I think it's the same day.
It's all happening in the same day. It felt like with these stories intermixing, it felt like it should have been another day, but it was, I guess, the same day.
Right.
And Jessica says, the last time we talked, I was an asshole.
Yeah. Lisa didn't want to prolong Quentin's life. She wanted to find a cure, and now she just wants to keep doing the research. It was never about the money. Jessica's starting to see that.
That's why she wants to sell the company, because then she can keep doing research with funding.
Yes.
Right? Jessica and Tim meet, and Tim is the personal attorney for Lisa and Quentin. Rest in peace. And the company that was going to buy their company pulled the deal after Jessica added an amendment saying that they had to fund the research, essentially.
Right.
And the
with another $134 million or something. It was
significant.
They were going to see it through, yes.
But they were going to see it through until they found a cure. This really makes Tim mad. It grinds his gears.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm going to subpoena you because I should have been the executor of Quentin's will. He signed it over to you when he was not in a good state of mind, and now you're messing everything up, you dumb bitch.
Wow. Maggie.
That's how Tim feels.
That is how Tim feels.
He's so mad.
Here's another, I don't know if this is going to be a deposition for you, but just answer me honestly here. Do you kind of giggle every time you hear the word subpoena? It's
No.
kind of like some penises, like, but it's like with like an apostrophe and made it
I
like
am-
shortened.
Literally never once heard the word subpoena and thought subpoenas.
It's a penis. Like,
Say it again.
subpoena?
How do you say subpoena?
Subpoena.
Subpoena. And
Yeah.
you think subpoena sounds like some penises?
I think if somebody was drunk and had a slang thing, they had to say something about multiple penises they saw, like some penis. But like instead of peni or whatever, or penises,
Yeah.
or whatever, you know,
I
like
saw some penis.
it's a penis.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen subpoenas. I don't know why I'm getting subpoenas.
It makes me giggle a little bit. I'm like,
What if you were accidentally manifesting? Because you are a powerful manifester. But I think that it's like you're a witch
sometimes
with a
my
crooked
wires are
hat.
crossed.
Yeah.
I have to be careful.
Yeah, like you can manifest things really powerfully, and also sometimes it comes in a way that you're like, well, that's not how I wanted it. So I
Yeah.
feel like you might.
It's like a magic spell. You're like, you want to turn into a cat, but instead it's like the little wiry cat from like wiry cat shows.
Yeah, like some scared wet cat or
Yeah.
something.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Oh, I was thinking like, what if you're like, gosh, I just really want some penis, but then you just get so many subpoenas.
Okay, we got to get it going.
Okay. Jessica's not going to perjure herself because there are some fuzzy lines here, right? Like
true.
Quentin's intent was to make her executor of the will. She's doing a good job doing his wishes, but was he deteriorating and in a state that some
Yes.
people could argue he couldn't have made that decision? Absolutely.
Right.
So then she's going to testify, though. She makes eye contact with Lisa as she's walking in, and she starts monologuing about the subjectiveness of the truth. And it's just this whole monologue is carrying out while she's talking about it. All those other scenes that we talked about with
Are
like
playing in the background.
Mike and Harvey silently being like, I don't know.
It's like
Gerard shaking
her like
Melissa's-
real time actions happening with this slow mo action.
Yes.
It's cut back and forth and back and forth.
And it's all about like, what is the truth? And the truth is much more complicated. I can't say what's true with 100% certainty. Have you never met someone that by the letter of the law shouldn't be able to do what they do?
Mike Ross.
This man dedicated his life to one thing, and the circumstances surrounding how he decided to protect that thing. Like,
Also Mike Ross.
Also Mike Ross.
Mike Ross.
Which is maybe why Jessica doesn't mind that Mike Ross is...
She sees a little Quentin in him.
Yeah, she's a little Quentin. She can't Quentin him.
Same penises.
She sees some penises. Then at the end, they've both been successful, right? So
Yeah.
Mike is in the clear, Jessica's in the clear, everything's golden. So Jessica's sitting and listening and drinking scotch on Harvey's sofa in his office, and he comes in. I wonder if it's the $12,000 bottles.
Could be. We don't know. Nobody's looking.
And she says, oh, did you take care of your Marcus problem? And he says, it wasn't really a Marcus problem. And she knew that. They're totally vibing.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what record they're listening to.
I don't know. You asked that question. He also says, do you want to know what it was? And she says, not tonight.
Yeah, no. He
knows as an
knew-
attorney. The more then once she knows, it's like, well, F. Now I know that.
Yeah. And I think also it was the right move for Harvey not to involve her in that because
Yeah.
she was already at a 10.
Yeah.
She had a lot of, like what I said in the previous episode, she's juggling a lot of things. And I feel like she needed this closure almost to get back on the top of her game,
That makes sense.
which is kind of a prediction.
Yeah. Which, speaking of, I was thinking like, you're always on your game whenever we're in Prediction Town.
Oh.
So I was wondering if you wanted to be on your game.
Well, let me just dribble down the court.
Dribble, 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 no double dribble, 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 dribble,
Do you think
no
that
double
sounded
dribble,
like...
dribble.
Do you think that sounded like a dribble?
This tapping of your hands.
Do you think people will hear that and be like,
I think it'd be like
basketball?
dun, 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 dun. We're trying to do the ASMR for a dribble. Jump shot. 3-pointer.
Okay,
the
here's
crowd goes wild.
here's mine.
That's good. I might have to cut all of that. Then we're in Prediction Town.
Hello, welcome to Prediction Town. I think that Lewis is going to spill the beans to someone. So I think he kind of got over this pretty quickly, right?
Yeah.
Mike is not scot-free. Scot-free? Scotch-free.
I think it's scot-free.
Scot-free. He's not scot-free. I just can't see him. It just feels like too easy to wrap up. Scotty, I think, is going to love her glasses. I think she's going to make many toasts to new clients with them. I think that was a good move. I think once Scotty and Harvey are strong, someone from Harvey's past will be back to make Scotty question everything.
Interesting.
I don't think Harvey would do anything because I do think that he has this like ethical back. Like he's not going to cheat. He's not a cheater. But I do think it will be a predicament and he will not be able because he's not fully in. It's going to be real questionable for Scotty.
Okay.
It seems like Harvey and Jessica are back. And if they're back, it made me wonder if Hardman is going to come back. Because I do feel like he plays a little Pokey the Bear role in their whole dynamic. And where's Katrina? I think she will be back next episode.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't seen her in a bit.
No, she's been gone.
All right. Well, Maggie, this has been a treat as always. We're getting really close to being done with season 3. So I'm very excited to, we're going to, soon it'll be time for us to watch the season finale together.
I cannot wait.
Gotta get more snacks. We're going to have we have to have a summer, maybe like a summer sorbet or something.
Ooh, I love
That'd be nice
that.
because it's still going to be like the heat of the summer when we watch this.
Spectre sorbet.
Maybe we'll do a pool party with the 2 of us.
I'll bring my inflatable pool.
I have an inflatable pool. You don't even need to.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking we'd each have our own personal pools.
Oh, so we don't have to share? We could do the we could do the podcast from out there.
Yeah, and then just have a projector and we can watch it.
That'd be great. I'll get all that set up real quickly. Thanks so much for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the Harvey Specter monthly newsletter that drops on the 1st of the month. You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a review.
And if you don't have anything nice to say, you can eat it.
I wish I would have eaten more than what I ate tonight for dinner.
Yeah, I know. I ate a good amount, but I cannot stop.
With
Chug,
your
chug,
booch.
chug in this kombucha.
What's the booch so we can get a sponsorship?
It's a remedy kombucha. No sugar.
Are they local?
No, I don't think so. They sell it at Target.
Okay, well, you could have a local Target.
They did try a local kombucha at the Cat Cafe. It was very good.
Was it really?
Yeah.
All right, well, Remedy Kombucha. We would be happy to have you be
An official sponsor.
Yes, absolutely. Booch it up. We're booch girls. We're booch girls.
Boochie, boochie,
Booch it
boochie,
up. We're
boochie,
booch girls.
boochie,
Booch
boochie,
girls.
boochie. That's boochie.
That's Boochie.
That's boochie.
That's Boochie.
You know how people say that's Gucci now?
No, I said it to one of my direct reports in the Slack. I said, oh no, we're Gucci. And then I spelled it wrong. I go, I meant to say Gucci. That's what the kids say when they mean good. And she's like, I know. She's
I know.
Also
I
like
am
my
a
age.
kid.
No, she's like a year or 2 younger than me. She's like, I know. But I had to it was like 5 Slacks because I messed the whole thing up. And
We're Gucci. I mean good. Kids say Gucci. Gucci is a brand.
Yeah, it's a designer clothing and, purses and bags and shoes. Anyways, I felt real stupid. Okay, let's get it done. Oh, good.